Welcome back to Narrations. Today's story is about a baby who isn't supposed to go anywhere, but ends up going everywhere. Baby's Day Out, 1994, is a fun, chaotic adventure about a wealthy family's baby who accidentally escapes and turns a city into his playground, while three clueless kidnappers try, and fail, to keep up. Baby Bink lives a life of perfection. A luxurious home, caring parents, endless attention. Everything is carefully planned. From what he eats, to where he sleeps, to how he's photographed. Because in this world, even a baby's life is organized. His parents adore him, but their world is structured, controlled, and maybe a little too perfect. One day, something different happens. Three men arrive at the house, disguised as photographers. Professional, polite, convincing. They claim they're there for a photo shoot. Nothing unusual. Everything seems normal. Until it isn't. Because these men aren't photographers. They're kidnappers. Eddie, Norby, Vico. Not dangerous in the way you'd expect, but desperate. And not very smart. They see Baby Bink as an opportunity. A chance to make money. A plan that seems simple. Take the baby. Demand ransom. Get paid. Leave. Easy. At least. That's what they think. They carefully carry out their plan. Distracting the staff. Moving quickly. And before anyone realizes what's happening, Baby Bink is gone. The house falls into chaos. Parents panic. Staff scramble. The police are called. The situation becomes serious instantly. Because this isn't just a mistake. It's a kidnapping. Meanwhile, the kidnappers retreat to their hideout. Confident. Satisfied. Believing everything went exactly as planned. They have the baby. They're in control. And now, they just need to wait. But there's one thing they didn't account for. Baby Bink. Because Bink isn't just any baby. He's curious, observant, and completely unaware of danger, which makes him unpredictable. At the hideout, while the kidnappers are busy arguing and figuring out their next steps, Bink sees something familiar. A book. His favorite book. Baby's Day Out. A story about a baby exploring the city, visiting places, going on adventures. And in Bink's mind, it's not just a story. It's a plan. The kidnappers don't notice. Because they're distracted. Fighting. Complaining. Underestimating the situation completely. And that's when it happens. Bink escapes. Quietly. Effortlessly. Right past them. And suddenly, everything falls apart. Because the baby they just kidnapped is gone. The kidnappers panic. Search the room. Check every corner. Nothing. And that's when the reality hits. They've lost him. The one thing they needed to control is now free. Meanwhile, Bink begins his adventure. Not with fear. Not with hesitation. But with curiosity. He crawls through the city, following the scenes from his book. Step by step. Unaware of the danger around him. Unaware of the chaos he's causing. To him, it's just a day out. The kidnappers chase him. But nothing goes right. They slip. Fall. Miss him by seconds. Every attempt to catch him ends in failure. Because Bink doesn't think like them. He doesn't follow logic. He follows curiosity. And that makes him impossible to predict. At one point, he ends up in the middle of a busy street. Cars moving. Noise everywhere. But somehow, he moves through it. Untouched. Almost like luck is on his side. Or maybe something else. The kidnappers get closer. Almost catching him. But every time, something goes wrong. A distraction. A mistake. A moment of bad timing. And Bink is gone again. The city becomes his playground. Construction sites, parks, streets. Every place becomes part of his journey. And with each moment, the kidnappers fall further behind. Because what started as a simple plan is now complete chaos. And they're not in control anymore. Not even close. Meanwhile, the police are searching. The parents are desperate. The city is alert. But no one knows one thing. The baby they're looking for isn't lost. He's exploring. And he's just getting started. By now, the city has become something completely different. Not just streets and buildings, but a playground. Because Baby Bink isn't lost. He's exploring. And the more he moves, the more unpredictable everything becomes. The kidnappers are no longer in control. They're chasing. Desperate. Tired. Frustrated. Every plan they had is gone. Because nothing about this situation makes sense anymore. Bink continues following his book. Scene by scene. A construction site. He crawls straight into it. Massive machines. Deep pits. Danger everywhere. But to him, it's just another place to explore. The kidnappers arrive moments later. Panicked. They rush in without thinking. And immediately, everything goes wrong. One slips. Falls into wet cement. Another gets tangled in equipment. The third barely avoids getting hit by moving machinery. It's chaos. And Bink? Completely unharmed. Because somehow, everything works in his favor. He moves through danger like it isn't even there. Meanwhile, the kidnappers take the damage. Bruised. Covered in dirt. Exhausted. But they don't stop. Because now, this isn't just about money. It's about fixing their mistake. They chase him again. Through streets. Across sidewalks. Always just seconds behind. But never close enough. At one point, Bink reaches a park. Open space. Fresh air. He crawls freely. Laughing. Enjoying every moment. Completely unaware of everything happening around him. The kidnappers try again. Careful this time. Slow. Trying not to mess up. But something always happens. A dog. A passerby. A sudden distraction. And just like that, they lose him again. Their frustration builds. Arguments get louder. Blame shifts between them. Because no one wants to admit the truth. They can't handle this. They can't outsmart a baby. And that realization is worse than anything else. Meanwhile, Bink continues his journey. Still following his book. Still moving forward. Until he reaches one of the most dangerous places yet. A zoo. Animals everywhere. Unpredictable. Wild. And Bink crawls right into it. Straight toward the gorilla enclosure. The kidnappers see it. And panic instantly. Because this isn't just dangerous. This is impossible. They rush in again. Desperate. Trying to stop him. But once again, everything goes wrong. They slip. Fall. Crash into things. Drawing attention. Creating more chaos. While Bink reaches the enclosure. And comes face to face with a gorilla. For a moment, everything slows down. This should be dangerous. This should be the moment everything goes wrong. But it doesn't. Because the gorilla doesn't react with aggression. It watches. Curious. Almost protective. And Bink doesn't feel fear. Only curiosity. The moment passes. Safe. Unbelievable. The kidnappers arrive too late. Again. And now, they're completely exhausted. Bruised. Frustrated. Defeated. But they don't stop. Because they can't. They follow Bink back into the city. Where everything began. And this time, things move faster. The police are closing in. The search is narrowing. The pressure is rising. The kidnappers make one last attempt. One final effort to grab him. And for a moment, it almost works. They get close. Really close. But just like every time before, something happens. A mistake. A distraction. A moment of chaos. And Bink escapes again. But this time, he's not just wandering. He's heading home. Back to where everything started. The mansion. The place everyone has been searching from. He arrives. Calm. As if nothing ever happened. As if this was all just part of the day. The parents see him. Relief hits instantly. The fear. The panic. The uncertainty. All gone. Because he's safe. And that's all that matters. The kidnappers are caught. Not because they were outsmarted by the police, but because they were defeated by chaos. By unpredictability. By a baby who never followed their rules. And just like that, it ends. The city returns to normal. The danger fades. The chaos settles. But something has changed. Because this wasn't just a day. It was an adventure. One that no one will forget. Especially not the ones who tried to control it. Baby's Day Out isn't just about a baby getting lost. It's about how sometimes the simplest minds can create the biggest chaos, and somehow come out completely fine. If you enjoyed listening to this narration, please like, share, and subscribe for more movie stories. I'll see you in the next one.